should be streaming right now. I'll give it a second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you try to do things on your own. First, you start to have mic issues, and then your computer gives you the blue screen of death. Anyway, I am back. I'm gonna wait for all the traffic to come back, and then I will continue on what I was saying. How long it has been since the stream actually stopped, I don't know. However, I don't think we're gonna be able to do a whole lot of desktop mode anymore, because what happened was I plugged my TV into my computer as well, so I was doing a dual monitor. And apparently my computer doesn't like that. When it does do that, it gives me the blue screen of death, and it takes half an hour to restart. And then also Windows decided they wanted to slip a update in between that. So whatever. Whatever. I'm streaming now. I'll wait for everyone because everyone left. But anyway, that was that. I think this is a whole new entire stream and video, which kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm also dropping frames. I shouldn't be. I'm at 5,000 kilobits per second. I'm at 720p and 30 FPS. Whatever. I'll go to the live chat and I'll look at it through my phone. Now, am I gonna get my articles back? Restore. Actually, I can try. Okay, encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings. I think that's more my audio. I mean, my internet. Damn, that sucks. Anyway, I can try doing desktop, but it's gonna do this every time, and I have to switch back and whatever. So anyway, I guess I will do this. Rendering. I'm just gonna continue straight on to what I was saying. Rendering. Cycles got some significant updates as well in the 2.8 development cycle. It can import IES lighting profiles. Whoa, okay. Let me just check this real quick. Okay, that seems good, actually. I'm going to check my audio real quick. There we go. And it has a principled hair of volume shader, adding a great deal of realism for hair and volume rendering. Whoa, why was that so hard to say? Subsurface scattering is improved, and ambient occlusion is now a node rather than just a shader, so it offers more options and control. And finally, it's gotten... Oh, wait, no. Blender's displacement mapping has been upgrading from a single value of 2 vectors, so it's now possible to create procedural cavities in Blender. And finally, it's gotten a 70 to 100% speed up, and support for NVIDIA's optics engine promises a 40 to 115% speed up on top of that. What that basically means is render times. So each frame will take 70 to 100% less time, which is insane. And that's literally just because of the update. You don't have to do anything in your computer, whatever, unless you do this if you want to. But this takes the cake. Like, rendering times vary on literally everything. What you have being rendered, what resolution you are, how many samples you have, lighting. It affects literally everything. And the better you have, the more resolution, samples, lighting, everything, the better it's gonna look, but the longer it's gonna take. When I do a render of my Minecraft skin at 720p and 300 samples, it usually takes around a minute and a half. So just think about that. A minute and a half of rendering is now what's going on? I don't care. A minute and a half of rendering would now be 45 seconds. So that's half, and then you can take that half, you can either live with that half, or you can make the image twice as better looking and still have the same render times, which is insane. It really is. What's next? In the past couple of weeks, Epic Games and Ubisoft have come on board as sponsors. Wow, they're actually using their money for good for once for the Blender project, so it's very likely that their influence will lead to even more high-end features in Blender. This is great news for independent filmmakers as well, because some of the new features like the Blender Filmic Color Space and Crypto Matte will make Blender easier to fit in the film post-production pipelines. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing that a lot. Actually, if I can do something real quick. Yeah, it's a video now. Dang it. Alright, whatever. Let's see, where was I? Let me add some hotkeys real quick. Transition hotkey. Quick transition. Oh, okay. So between boat 2, so I'm going to do N and then M. So I'm going to apply that. M, N, M, N. Okay, there we go. So this can be easy. So M is desktop. Yay, it is. Okay. Anyway, I will show... Oh, wait a minute. My comment's not going to be there. No, it's not. Okay. Well, anyway, I made a comment, just very brief comment on everything, so I had a note for myself. I put it in the comment section. Anyway, that is that for Blender. Next up, Albany student who used a USB killer to fry a college computer gets 1 year in prison. So what a USB killer is... Let me just make sure this is on desktop. It is. What a USB killer is, it looks like a USB drive, any normal USB drive, but instead of data that it stores high voltage capacitors or something along the lines of that. So what happens is that when you plug it into a computer, the capacitors charge up. I think around 200 volts, which is more than enough to fry your computer, which your CPU can handle like 5. And once those capacitors are charged, it discharges it, pretty much killing your CPU and maybe your motherboard. If it's lucky, it can kill other components, but most likely it just kills the motherboard and the CPU and the USB port. Now, some computers and other devices come with safeguards against that. So, because how a USB works basically is there are 4 pins. 2 are for power, 2 are for data. So if there are safeguards placed to protect from high voltages like that, it's most likely going to destroy the USB port, but nothing else, just the power parts of the USB port. So if it's on your computer, it's gonna be annoying, but it's not really gonna cause any potential critical damage to your computer. Just that USB port. You're still able to use the data ports, but not the power. Now, if that was your phone and the power pins were damaged, well, then you're in for a more rough time. So anyway, that's that. I just came across this. A student Albany used one, and when I searched up, well, what I do when I searched up technology, computer news, I saw this all over the place, so I decided just to talk about it. But this is not cool. I never liked the USB killer. It's a neat little trick, but it's not funny, and it's not even legal. You're destroying property, expensive property, and you're just pissing someone off. It's not a good prank or anything. And the worst part is that it can't even be used to fully destroy the computer. You still have all your data if it didn't reach that part of it. So it can't really be used to destroy data if you're a criminal. They don't make sense. They're neat little tricks, and they work, and that's the problem. But anyway, a former college student who intentionally destroyed 66 campus computers with a USB killer was sentenced to 1 year in federal prison, prosecutors say. Oh my god. Vishwantath Akuta. Oh, that's a name. Oh, okay. I thought that was a town for a minute. Vishwantath Akuthata, the age 27, of Albany, admitted earlier this year to destroying several computers at the College of St. Rose and recording himself on video as he did it. recording. Oh, whatever. We're gonna call him Bob because I'm not saying that name. Bob recording himself saying things like, "I'm going to kill this guy," as he inserted the device into several computers, enhanced podiums, and monitors owned by the college. Bob was sentenced to 1 year in prison and 1 year of supervised release today. The U.S. Attorney's Office said in a press release, Bob was ordered to pay more than $58,000 in restitution, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. 1 year in federal prison for destroying 66 computers is pretty lenient, I should say. But anyway, according to federal officials, the USB killer works like this. When inserted into a USB port, the killer sends commands that activate the equipment's power components, the parts of the device that charge the power and store energy. I already explained this. The USB killer then directs the infected device to rapidly charge and then discharge. Officials say this overloads the electrical system of a computer or other electronic device, effectively destroying it. That is basically getaway. But anyway, that it's destruction of property first of all, and it's expensive property. Computers can be $600 or it can be $6,000. Like, it's not cool. It really is not. But the worst part about that is you don't have to go out and buy one of those USB killers. You can make them yourself with one of those filmatic cameras that you take pictures and then you get them developed and filmed and whatever. But it's a problem. It really is. I've never had that problem. I hope I never do. And it's never really been a problem in my area. I've never seen any of this around my area. I have seen this on the internet all the time. But the only problem is that there's really no way to protect yourself from people like this. I mean, you could they plug it in straight to your port, whatever. They advertise these plugs, these plastic plugs that you put into your USB. What's that gonna do? They're criminals, but they're not that stupid. You unplug them, you plug it in. Really, the only way to protect your computer is to cement all of your USB ports. And I remember watching this Linus Tech Tips video way back. What's the host's name? Luke. He said, what was it? He said, oh yeah, the United States government has suggested not to plug things into your computer to protect this. Like, there's no way to protect yourself. There really isn't. But I think I turned. Yep, I'm getting really good at this, guys. I could do boat all by myself with that Holden. Speaking of that, I'm gonna turn Discord on and see if he got home. Where it is he went, I don't know. He told me it was a camping trip with Boy Scouts or something like that. I have no idea. I don't pay attention. I don't care to pay attention. I just care that Holden's gone. Anyway, I'm going to get notifications on my Discord server, and it's just me posting all these videos because my stream failed. By the way, if you're not on my Discord server, join it. You can get a whole bunch of updates and whatnot. Anyway, that's kind of going off topic. That's all I have to say about that. All right, we're halfway through, and ever since I restarted the stream, I didn't get any comments. But hey, whatever. Oh, whoops! I actually when I was typing, I hit I was typing something to a friend and accidentally went through. Whoops. Okay. Anyway. Whatever. So I turned it off. I turned this off. Pause on the site. I'm going to talk about this only because it's one of the only articles I have, but B, it's one of the things that take by storm on the internet as well, I think. I don't know. But there's this YouTuber. You may or may not have heard of him, but he's kind of small. He slowly makes it. He's called Ninja. He's not a YouTuber. I think he just does Twitch. Well, he does not do Twitch anymore. I know. Isn't this groundbreaking news? My God, the way this article starts. Pro gamer Tyler Ninja Blevins. Is it really come to this part of society where we call people pro gamers? Really? I'm not going to display parts of. Well, I'm not going to display this article mostly because of all the advertisements and crap that's just all over. But I'm just going to skim over this basically. He posted a video on Sunday admonishing streaming platform Twitch for using his now inactive channel to promote other streamers. Okay. Ninja is best known for streaming Fortnite and left Twitch earlier this month to enter into an exclusive partnership with Mixer, Microsoft's new streaming service. Well, isn't that great? Isn't that a lot old time? In the video, Ninja said that the transition from Twitch to Mixer had been relatively painless. However, Ninja said he discovered Twitch had been using his inactive channel to advertise other streamers to the 14.5 million followers he has. They don't do this for anyone else who is offline, by the way, just me, he said. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for that one. Again, it's not the greatest. It's just something I found and just something to talk about. If anyone wants to talk about that, I will talk about it. But hey, whatever. This is me running with ideas. I miss Holden. He's better at this than I am. If you want Holden back, spam his name. And when I told everyone on my Discord server when he joins, just keep spamming and pinging him and messaging him and piss him off. It hasn't worked because he didn't go online. I don't know. He better be back tomorrow. I don't think I misinterpreted that. I'm here this Wednesday and then gone until August the 14th. I don't know. He's a strange cookie. Anyway, we're going to go on to the last article. Actually, I've been doing this for about an hour. Really 45 minutes. OBS says 17 minutes. Freaking computer. Anyway, go away. I don't get into the Nintendo Switch a lot. Last Nintendo device I got was the Nintendo 3DS, and I still have it, and I still use it. But anyway, they released the new, well, they didn't release technically yet, but there is a new Nintendo Switch 2. Oh my gosh. Everything we want to see from the next Switch console. Sad it doesn't work when you're alone. Yeah. Well, I tried messaging. Whoops, no, I didn't mean to do that. I tried messaging people on my Discord server if there wants to be any guest appearances. I'll be happy to take them. But that's not the same without Holden. I mean, we all miss you, but Holden. I'm getting messages from 17 different people about unrelated things. So, rumors have been circling for a while now that the new Nintendo Switch 2 is on the way, which will be boost upgraded hardware on the original Nintendo Switch, maybe a Switch Pro. Actually, I think you can order it on Amazon. I don't know if it's a pre-order or you can actually buy it. I don't know how old this article is. A month ago. Yeah, no, I think you can buy it then. Because I just searched up this article for the actual physical hardware because I couldn't find any of that. Oh, boy. Excuse me. However, the new Switch with longer battery isn't that, nor is the Nintendo Switch Lite, so we're still expecting yet another device in the future. I think I talked about the Nintendo Lite. It's a lot smaller and it's a lot cheaper. There's a lot of benefits to it. But anyway, while Nintendo has confirmed 2 new Nintendo Switches are in the works, neither or these are the Switch 2, which is expected to be a premium console amid the avid video gamers. The pro gamers. Could we be seeing a Nintendo Switch Pro, and if so, what new features will it offer? I don't care. I want to see the physical hardware specs. Release date, September 20th, 2019. That's great. Nintendo has announced a new Switch that offers better battery than the original Switch while sporting the exact same design. I don't think it's on this article, but I did see on a different one that the battery life ranges from 4.5 to 9 hours, which is a big difference from 2.5 to 6.5. So, yeah, a little bit better battery life. Now, when that comes to graphics, I don't know if it's better or worse. I'd expect what they did is they just slapped a better battery on it, overclocked it, and just slapped it as a new device. Who knows? But anyway, I don't think Nintendo has been known for doing that. They change when they make a new device, they change it up a lot. But anyway, however, a Wall Street Journal report suggests there's also a premium Nintendo Switch console is also on the way. And while we're talking these rumors, which a pinch of salt while we're taking these rumors, which a pinch of salt. Okay, whatever. It did correctly predict the release of a lighter, more compact Nintendo Switch. But when could we see this premium console? I need coffee. Based on these industry trends, it would make sense for Nintendo to release an upgraded version of the Switch hardware or a design between 2 and 3 years into its lifetime, which would mean we could see another new Switch in late 2019 or 2020. While the Switch Lite focuses on redesign, it's possible a second new Switch would focus on hardware improvements, maybe a Switch Pro. We expect Nintendo to release another model before Project Scarlet or the PlayStation 5. Oh my god, I talked about the PlayStation 5 so long ago, I never heard anything else from it. So who knows what that's going to be. I don't care. The price. In addition, the Switch Lite isn't cheap. The new handheld Switch cost $200, which isn't too far off from the original price. Alright, well, I don't care about that. We wouldn't be surprised if a new Switch with updated hardware costs considerably more than the current Switch's $200, that's pounds, to $300. But anyway, a new Switch with longer battery, yeah, I see right here, 4.5 to 9 hours of battery life, and the other one had 2.5 and 6 hours. Good on me, I remembered. Let's see, I talk about battery, Nintendo Switch Lite, 2 new Nintendo Switch devices, rumors, firmware, VR support. Oh, we're getting VR support. That's great. Okay, everyone buy it. Oh, hold on. What's this? The Switch doesn't have the high resolution of most VR gaming rigs, so we could see an advanced model with 2K or 4K resolution to improve those close-up VR experiences. Oh, for VR. Okay. I don't even think it's worth it for VR. Hold on, I'll get on that in a little bit. However, given the VR kit is still focused mainly on children, we'd be surprised to see a visual overhaul simply for this one peripheral. What about 3D? Could it support 4K? That's that. Okay, what about 3D? Another Nintendo patent came to light in early 2019, this time for a 3D sensor array that sits above your television and creates a stereoscopic image in a similar way to the 3DS, meaning you wouldn't even need glasses. Okay. 3D visuals felt like a passing gimmick even with Nintendo's handheld consoles. Yeah, pretty much. And the troubled Microsoft Kinect camera will no doubt keep it wary of unnecessarily TV peripherals. But getting convincing 3D imaging on standard 2D TVs may the step needed to bring 3D gaming mainstream. So, the 3DS, let's talk about that for a minute. I don't know. Again, this might be a rumor, might not. I have no idea, really. But the problem with the 3DS was that it was, what's the word for it? Nausea-inducing. Mostly for the, all 3D is really, but mostly for the fact that how it worked. You didn't need glasses. What it would do instead, I forget what it did. It had a raise, like it mentioned, and you could. The only problems with it is that you would have to look at it dead on. Now that wouldn't be a problem if it was your handheld console, because why would you be playing it sideways? But if it's your TV, you got people sitting all around it, so that might. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. I don't know how they add it to a pre-existing TV. I don't know how any of that's gonna work, but hey, we'll see it. And it's again, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but we'll see it. I am. Could it support 4K? I don't know. Can it? Well, Sony and Microsoft push at the 4K market, which is a big misinterpretation. Whatever. There isn't really any big reason for Nintendo, the company that staunchly sets itself apart from other hardware producers, to follow suit. In the same interview where he dismissed VR, Nintendo France general manager Philippe Laval, I don't care about his name, also brushed off 4K, saying that the technology has not been adopted by the majority and it would therefore be too early for Nintendo to jump in. That's what I like most about Nintendo. You got the arms race between the Xbox and the PlayStation, where really the only difference is the controller and the games that it adopts. With Nintendo, it's completely different. I mean, the controls are almost the same, but it's always been different graphics. It's always been pretty much different games entirely, and Nintendo's just known for being different. That's what makes them unique. Whereas PlayStation, Xbox, it doesn't really matter if you have either. It's just you can't cross connect. It's just more money you have to spend and whatever. I mean, I could probably say the same for Nintendo, but I see some things here. Hi, DTS. Does the face cam seem out of sync with the audio? Yes, it is. There's nothing I can do to really fix that. I literally spend hours trying to sync it. I have the mic it's on a 40 millisecond delay right now, and really, no matter how much I try to off balance it or how much I try to sync it up, it's always going to be a little off sync because of the way OBS streams. So there's really nothing I can do about that. But if it's like absolutely terrible, then I'll try my best to fix it. But it's almost the end of the stream anyway. I can maybe, okay, you know what? I'll add 5 more milliseconds of delay, and then we'll see how well that works. Because, like, beforehand, on my last stream, it was a 35 millisecond delay. It was perfect. So, who knows? Who knows? No one knows. Let's hold on. I just want to see if it's... I mean, this is the end of the stream anyway. I'm going to be done in 10 minutes. And then Holden's going to message me 10 minutes after. Guarantee it. If so, I'm gonna start streaming with him. Yeah. It could do a lot more, but anyway, no, that's actually pretty good. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So anyway, Nintendo Switch. I mentioned this. I've never really gotten into Nintendo Switch. It seems really good. It seems really fun. The only thing I don't like about them is just the controller. I don't. It's not like the idea of the controller. It's just that it's flat. Like in this image right here, it's flat. It doesn't feel comfortable, and it's a pain in the butt to get those bumpers. Like you got the sticks that are up here, and then I'm sure many of you use a Switch, and I'm sure many of you would say the same thing if you first hold it, but you get used to it after a while, I know. I just never really got a Switch, mostly for the fact that I never really needed one. I don't really want one, to be honest with you. I'd rather spend $300 on a better graphics card. But anyway, I have played a few of my friends' Switches, and again, it's the majority of the difference is the games, really. So that would be the biggest reason why I would probably get a Switch. If I were to get a Switch, I'd probably get one of the light ones, smaller, better battery life, and probably less expensive. I don't care about 4K. If you want to know why, I have a video on that. Just go watch it. I'm not explaining it. That's why when I saw 4K, I was talking about 4K. That's why I was a little off the iceberg there. The confirmation of the Switch Lite adds some weight to this report and could mean we see a new premium Switch console. I have no idea. But anyway, I gotta make sure. You know what? If it wasn't for my internet, I would actually do all the streams. I think I'm much better at it. It says all my audio problems and my computer having a blue screen of death. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. In the next 5 or 10 minutes, I will just kind of coast a little bit. I'll read the chat. I'll answer anything you all have to say. I'll even try to find something else on the interwebs. But I'm just going to chill here for a couple more minutes before I say it's going to end. Because I'm guarantee you, when I finish the stream, Holden's going to message me. Anyway, should I be gathering accounts to help nuke Holden or his account? If you need a guest, let me know. I'm sitting here, lol. Saying, but you already to join and dropping a link with Holden. I'm speaking on my Discord server, by the way. You know what? If you want to have guest appearances, actually, no, wait. Because I don't have my TV anymore, so I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, you can appear in just the audio. I might not be able to get your camera. Maybe I can. Who knows? Actually, you know what? Then again, I would just join and be a quiet commentator in the corner, just throwing my 2 cents in every once in a while. Yeah, that's not bad. That's what we usually do. With me and Holden, I'd be chipping in whenever he's talking, and just like I'm not interrupting him, but I'm just like saying, "Oh yeah, this," and then it would be the other way around. Vitus Pisa on my Discord server is listening to Africa by Toto, so I'm just giving him that shout out. Detheus, if you want to join, just DM me. Same with you. Same with anyone else who's watching this and has Discord. I'd be more than happy to have people on, talk about something. I will respond or answer questions or anything when it comes to that. Like I said, I'm just coasting for a few minutes to get some minutes up. This is every time Holden and I finish a stream, we just talk for 15-20 minutes. Star Wars Resistance 2nd. The final season is here. First trailer released. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. I have on my phone, I have the Google, and when I have the Google, I have like it's a HTC. So when I go to it, I have like news reports. So that's where I usually get all my articles. I go down, and to much people's surprise, I actually really don't like PewDiePie. I don't like his content. I never did. I never will. I see a report. PewDiePie's Minecraft dog Sven has a near-death experience. Why does life exist anymore? Like, really? Why is that a news article? It's a news article. It's not just like a pop-up. It's a news article. I'll be around just eating ribs at the moment. Detheus, if you would like to call, I would answer. I'm not going to call you, but if you call, I'll answer, and then you can be a talk show appearance. Detheus has approached me a little bit ago. He and a bunch of his laddies are starting his own podcast sort of thing. He has asked me to join, and I said, why wouldn't I? So I'm just, I'll throw that out there for the moment. It's sort of like, it has this sort of atmosphere as Boat. It's completely different. It's not a ripoff at all. But he has invited me, and I joined. So we'll see how that goes on. But anyway, hold on. I want to see. I'm gonna read a PewDiePie article on his Minecraft dog who almost died, because life as we know it would not be the same if his dog died. Oh my god. Dexerto.com. Listen, I'm a dweeb. I've played Minecraft for the better half of a decade. Really? I'm gonna do this. I don't know how well audio is actually going to be. I can't hear anything. That's the problem. That is because I'm in streaming mode. That's correct. I want to read this. There have been many unfortunate casualties during PewDiePie's Minecraft adventures. His beloved horse, Jorgen, has actually died before. Oh no. And is now on his third version, simply known as Jorgen number 3. How heart-wrenching. I'm not going to make another episode 2 Apple thing. Time for a new extension event. Good, I'm not lol, it's not a ripoff at all. Where's Holden? Well, Holden has been gone for the last 2 months. He was supposed I'm assuming you just joined. Holden was supposed to come back today, and he hasn't. I was planning on doing Boat regardless on whether he'd show up or not, but he has obviously not showed up. Bummer. Anyway, I basically, this is the end of the stream. I'm just like I referred to it as coasting for the next 10 minutes. See if anyone wants to hop in a call on Discord, and I'll read comments. I'll go on my phone and see what else news there is. Very sneaky Captain America Easter egg and adventures endgame we all missed. Most of this is just propaganda. Let's see. Elton John, no. Gotta keep it going. Come on, let's go. If I don't hear from Holden at all today, then more likely I'll hear from him tomorrow. But if you would like to, go on Discord, go on my server, and then either spam on my server or DM him messages. I don't know why we decided to do that, but we just have. I don't think there really is too many more things to talk about. I'm actually going to get off this call because it's severely affecting. I dropped 75 frames within the last half an hour. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Facebook just gave 1.3 billion messengers users a reason to delete their accounts. Ooh, let's read this. Why didn't I see this before? Okay, Facebook has just become the latest big tech firm to confirm that external contractors are listening to audio of users' private conversations. According to a Bloomberg report, Facebook has hired the contractors to listen in to users taking advantage of the audio to text functionality in its messenger service. That's great. I never use Facebook. I never really liked Facebook. It's for old people. The affected users have opted into having their messenger chats transcribed, the firm says. However, Facebook Messenger users might not have known that this was going to be done by humans who were tasked with transcribing conversations to assess the accuracy of the tool. Can we turn this into a rant between anyone who shows up and argue over nothing? Sure. If you'd like to hop in a call on Discord or at all. Actually, you know what? On my server, I'm going to join the public voice chat. I don't know how bad that affects the stream, but it seems to be okay. So anyone who would like to join, I'm just sitting in the chat. We'll do this for 10 or 20 minutes. But only join if you have something to say or ask or piss me off about. Don't join and just sit there and watch Minecraft videos. Especially on crap. So on my Discord server, the Mocharv server, it's on the globe in the public place as it's called. If you're not in my Discord server, well, you're a degenerate. My Discord server, it's not in my description. Well, it's on my channel. You can see it. Easy content. There you go. And it's boat. Anyway, thankfully, Facebook said it had paused the practice over a week ago after finding out Google. Okay, so he said that and he left. All right, hold on, give me a second. The practice over. Okay, a Facebook spokesperson says, much like Apple and Google, we paused human review of audio more than a week ago. When was this uploaded? 14. It was uploaded today. Okay. So I had someone join. They said my purpose is to piss you off, and then he left. Thanks, Jake. Detheus. So I am on the. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I am on the public voice chat on the Mocharv server. So if you would like to hop on, I don't know how well it's going to be with multiple people on. It could get hectic. I don't care. I need water terribly. I had this cup of root beer. I usually have like a unique drink at the beginning of each boat, and then I usually finish it right when boat starts. And no, it's not in a Boat Tech News mug. I need to get a mug terribly. I actually designed a new one. Where was it? I designed it was specifically a mug. So all the mugs have white. No, they have all black writing. It's the Boat Tech News um, logo, and then on the back it's just his best of all tech. Actually, no, it wasn't. The logo was black. It was a standard logo, and then the text was red. And there was a variety of different colors, but the problem was that it was all like a light color. So I made a black mug, and the logo, instead of being black, it's white. Let me see it, and I think I'm gonna get that for myself because Holden has a white one, so I thought I'll get a black one, and then we'll see how that works. Ooh, Tech News. I don't know why. Oh, Alex's. Oh yeah, I listed as Alex's Boat Tech News mug because I was gonna list it. So everything is the exact opposite color of Holden. So I thought that was a little neat, interesting. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do this because no one is joining. I don't know why. Oh, what's this? Oh my gosh, is that a Detheus? That is a Detheus. A wild Detheus has appeared. So, this here is Jonathan. Jonathan here is my older cousin. By about 2 times. Makes no sense. Yes, that's what I tried saying. Twice my age. Well, aren't you almost 30? I turned I I turned 16. I feel, yeah, no, I agree with you there. So as I mentioned, you are starting your own sort of podcast with a group of your laddies. You get free advertising here, so say whatever you want to say about that, or don't say anything at all if you would like.
For it. We've got like a logo going, and I showed you that logo.
Yeah, super.
I'm not gonna drop any details yet. I'm probably gonna do. We're thinking about doing an episode 0 at some point where we kind of introduce ourselves.
Yep.
And introduce like what we're going to be talking about, which is going to be pretty much general geek / pop culture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It could be tech, just like you guys. It could be
Like
about could be, I don't know, anything really.
Yeah.
Gaming, probably mostly going to be gaming because we're all a bunch of gamers. So
yep, I can tell.
Yep. And yeah, I figured could have you on there. We're gonna have the Atari creep on at some point as well. So yeah, it should be.
Yep. I'm still pending on trying to have a collab with the Atari creep because he didn't really do any collabs. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to him about doing a video together at one point, and he's thought of something. We have an idea that we want to do this fall, but I won't get into details about that.
Yeah. The only problem is that I would like to do something with him. The problem is I don't know what to do. More specifically, what relates to both our channels.
Yeah, exactly.
We do pretty much the opposite content. Not exactly, but around the general area.
Yeah.
But it's still something to consider. And if you on your show here, you have people guest starring, not all the time, like me or him or other people like PewDiePie, who had a tragic experience with his Minecraft dog.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't hear this?
No, I was AFK for a moment there.
So I
missed one of your calls, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. I was strolling Google News, and one of the second ones. No, I don't want you to listen to me. One of the second articles, and I repeat, this is an article. PewDiePie's Minecraft dog Sven has a near-death experience.
Okay, so doesn't he has a dog named Sven in real life, right? Or he has Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I watch PewDiePie every now and then. I've been subbed to him since the Amnesia days,
Amnesia. Okay.
and that was a long time ago. I was still in high school when I was watching him.
Yeah. I really never liked any of his content. I really don't like him now. But hey, whatever. He gets around.
Yeah.
But
So we're talking about his Minecraft
his
dog.
Minecraft dog Sven has a near-death experience, and this is how the article starts. YouTube star Felix PewDiePie has left stunned after his trusty sidekick Sven almost died in a freak accident, putting the fate of his Minecraft dog in jeopardy. Now, okay,
Okay.
I did talk about this.
Now, first of all, my question is the article. Who's writing this article? Is this like something?
Dexerto.com.
Okay, I never heard of them.
Yeah, but it's an article and it's not it's I mean it's off brand, but I guess they do a bunch of gaming articles.
Okay.
So yeah, they don't have much things to talk about. So hey, they just threw that in. There have been many unfortunate casualties during PewDiePie's Minecraft adventures. His beloved horse Jorgen has actually died before, and is now on his third version, simply known as Jorgen number 3.
Oh
And
God.
I think I remember saying specifically how heart-wrenching. Like, I've been playing Minecraft since 2013. No one can claim that they like Minecraft better than I can. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
what most people can say.
like
This
I
is
could
sad.
yeah, I could say that I've been playing Minecraft before you were, but
Yeah,
I can't say that I'm on the same level as you. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
I I pop on every now and then with a buddy or two,
yeah,
and we just fool around and shit.
yeah.
And but with you, yeah,
I take it
I'll
to
agree.
levels too far. um, but I say this is pathetic, then
Oh no, it is.
then like that's kind of sad. I mean, granted, it is not a really well-known site, and the site does do all just gaming. Like they have sections: Call of Duty, CS:GO, Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch, FIFA.
So
So they do
they
strictly gaming.
they just look for the trending shit, and
Right.
then
And they have a opportunity to have PewDiePie in the title, so you know
well,
what? Hey.
you see, with PewDiePie in the title, people are going to be like, "Oh, what the hell did he do now?" They're gonna click it.
Right.
It's
That's
somewhat clickbaity, if you want
right.
to call it that.
It's
It's
right.
like
And that's exactly they
it's a
didn't even
keyword.
waste a minute. I think this was uploaded either it was uploaded or updated 2 hours ago, but it was uploaded today.
Yeah. This is why I don't read stupid articles.
Well, I don't either, but this just popped up, and it was
You
like
just had to read
floating
it.
after boat. I'm just like, okay, let's get pissed off again. Instead,
Yeah.
Holden's not here. Yep.
Well, the one thing I want to say is, like, I understand why they would write about that, because, like, I mean, for anyone who's played Minecraft enough and had like a horse or a pet, and it dies all of a sudden, it's kind of a it's a heartbreaking moment.
Right.
I mean, I've had that happen to me many times. I'd tame an ocelot or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd log in the next day only to find that it's dead because my friend decided to kill it. And I'd be like, oh, thanks.
Well, yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. But I've always had that. When I did Mocharv, I've never really had a pet. When I had season 2, I got a parrot, but like I've never had that episodic memoriam of having my Minecraft pet die.
Yeah.
Me, like, when it comes to me, if I have a pet, I'll usually have a dozen dogs or something. So when one dies, I really don't care. But yeah, I know what you mean and whatever.
But at the same time, it really is no big deal,
it's no big deal. It's a video
they're
game.
they're writing this article just because they have no other ideas,
Because
just
they
like
have
you said.
PewDiePie too. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, if that's all you talk about, then that's all you talk about. But the problem is that this article that makes me want to chuck my phone out the window is
it's just cringy. That's what it is.
It's top grossing on my my feed. So
okay.
It appeared first thing.
Well, it's because of the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's they know you like Minecraft, and then they also know that PewDiePie is like #1 YouTuber.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, this kid might click on our," and you just clicking on it, that's enough for them. That's what they wanted you to do.
Right.
So you fell victim, but you know what? You read it, and
I did.
You realized.
I clicked on it. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for joining. I want to see if anyone else wants to hop on a call, and I appreciate you giving me input on that and free advertising. That's always great.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the whole so my let me just clarify my podcast that I'm gonna be starting. It's still in development. It's 2D, TBA.
Yep.
Or TBD, whatever you want to call it. And first of all, I'll have to admit, last time my buddy and I talked about it was like a couple weeks ago. But that's just because we've been busy.
Yep.
I mean, we just talked recently. I just went camping, so we've all been busy.
Yep.
But yeah, as soon as that gets up and running, I will let you know.
Yeah.
And you can pop on one day and we can talk about whatever.
Yeah. And,
we'll figure it out.
That's exactly with me and Holden when we thought about boat. I think I approached him about it months and months before we actually decided we wanted to do it, because first of all, there's Linus Tech Tips, and then there's Paul's Hardware, Bitwit, all those kind of things that do these shows.
Nice.
And I was thinking to myself, I have me, and I have Holden. Holden has he has me.
Okay.
I'm like, we're both computer nerds. We're the biggest in ASP. I'm like, why aren't we doing something like this? At least like doing our own little show, have our own little segment. I try to do little bits of segments with various different people, and this is Holden and I's. It's our way of expressing our internet nerd.
You just gotta let it out sometimes.
And sometimes exactly. Sometimes we have we agree on pretty much everything. Sometimes we spat on others, especially Holden with his Apple. And then we'll have those challenges. We try to make the better PC, and that's always fun, and people seem to like it, and we like it. We like doing it. People like watching it. Therefore, we like making more, and that's just how it all works. But I think how it started was I was watching. I'm like, hey Holden, like sort of jokingly, I'm like, we need to start our own tech show. And I think the first thing he sent me was okay, and then that's kind of him. If I approach him with an idea,
just unenthusiastic. Just okay.
Because the thing with him is that when I approach him with an idea, he'll agree with 100% of it. Like he has nothing change, and he'll just say, yeah, okay. And then I think it was maybe last summer, I said, hey, maybe we should actually start trying to do it. We'll make an episode of it. We'll see how it goes. He's like, yeah, but our only problem is how are we gonna do it? And I asked him, well, what do you mean? And he's like, how do I get both? How do we get both our cameras to go on at the same time? And if you don't have two monitors, it really doesn't work that well. So I'm like, oh yeah. And then I told him, all right, why don't we record the first few until we figure out how to do it, and then we can see how well it works. And that's exactly what we did. And I got to be honest.
That's smart.
I got to be honest with you. As much as I like having it live and I can read people's comments, respond to it, I kind of liked doing those recording sessions because the quality of both the audio and the video is a lot better.
Yeah.
And also you can sit back and you can watch everything. And I mean, because the thing with live streams is that, let's say you have an hour video, no one's gonna watch a full an hour video, but they'll watch
Yep.
2 or 3 hours of a live stream because it's live and they don't, So typically when we do streams, I don't watch it afterward. But when we do recording, then I'll always watch it when it's being streamed. Why people do that is a question known but to God. But we started it, and hey, about a year later, actually, when did we send? That was a big mistake.
Started on a Sunday.
Google Spy 11 months ago, on September 2nd. So yeah, September 2nd, it would be a Monday. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to squeeze a boat on there or not. If he comes back, maybe he's dead. Who knows? But yeah, it's been a year since we started, and I can still remember everything. Explaining him how we should do it, explaining him the idea in perfect detail. So anyway, I kind of went on a tangent on that one.
No, that's all right. I mean, you were talking about how you guys first approached your podcast.
Yep.
And so not to continue on that, but anyways, still with the one that I'm working on with my friends, we decided that we don't need to have it live every time. We are probably going to go with a recording session.
Yep.
Where we talk about various stuff.
Yep.
We're definitely going to have topics each episode that we talk about, obviously, just to keep everything on track. Things will get sidetracked, but that's just the way conversation works.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people like too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we decided that when we start off, at least, we're just gonna have every episode recorded.
Yeah.
And then maybe if we feel like it, we'll do a live one every now and then. Mm-hmm. But because I've been on some podcasts in the past, and they were, they're very, very, very small podcasts that we would just do in high school.
Yeah.
I was on like an anime one at one point. That was kind of fun because like I'm a little anime boy over here. Got to represent the anime lovers.
Yep. You got to do something at least once a
month. And the way they did it was, they recorded it and then they would cut it up. So, all the stuff that they didn't want on there, they'll take out and maybe have a little brief intermission. But I think that's how I'm going to do it.
Yep.
And I don't know. Hopefully it'll work out. I don't see why it won't work out.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
The only reason I see if something like this wouldn't work out is people aren't watching it. Either live, and then you just kind of lose interest in it because you're thinking to yourself, why is it even worth it? But and in the first few boats we did, we kind of had this problem when we were live streaming it. Like, no one was really watching it, and Holden and I, we kind of talked to each other outside of when we were done, and it was like, hey, this isn't going anywhere. And he's like, I told him first before this, but he told me that he really didn't matter people were watching because he had fun doing it. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's how it goes. If you have fun, and hey, and it's a bonus if other people like it, because then you like it more, and then they like it more if you like it more, and it's just a continuous cycle.
And I mean, that's just my philosophy on my channel.
Yeah. Like,
what I do, I do my videos. Yeah, I might upload one a month. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But I don't make them. I make them for me and my friends to laugh at.
Yeah.
And if anyone else wants to watch them, then that's that's a plus. Every now and then I'll throw a video up on the internet, like on Reddit or something, just to see where it goes. But yeah, I mean, as long as I'm having fun and people are enjoying it, especially my friends, then that's all that matters to me. I don't really care about view count and subscriber count, and I mean I should, but I never have. It's never been about like trying to make it big.
Oh yeah.
And like, I mean, you just recently, what, like a week or two, a few weeks ago, you just recently, let me see, let me backtrack here.
Backtrack. Yeah.
You hit like a sub count or something.
I hit 200, but I think that was a little bit ago.
Yeah. Oh no, you hit 237,
Oh yeah,
237
three
subscribers.
months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was I remember I read that because I joined your Discord and just
Yep.
kind of
Yeah.
flipped through all your little channels there.
And you know what? When it comes to anything, like not like anything really, especially if it inquires an audience, um, how it works is you start out, then people are gonna watch it. Usually, like you
Yeah.
said, your friends and family. Um, and the very baseline, the only reason why you'd want to do this is, well, not the only reason, but if you have fun doing it. If you like doing it, then that's all you really need. I mean, other motives, I have these motives. I like helping people. I like making tutorials. I get comments all the time saying, "Hey, thanks for this tip. It really helped me out a lot. It saved me this amount of money." I get those all the time,
Yeah.
and that really inside feels special. But
Yeah,
the
it's
very
gratifying.
baseline is if you have fun doing it. And if you get lucky, the cherry on top is if people enjoy watching it. And when people enjoy watching it, like I said, then you have more fun with it. And when you have more fun with it, then it's more enjoyable to watch. Again, it's a cycle. And that's pretty much the baseline for anything that has an audience, really.
Yep.
But, some people, they don't see it that way. And again, sub counts, views, likes, they're all the cherry on top. But then again, if you're literally just getting nothing, there is a point where you ask yourself, it's not really worth doing it anymore, and that you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
can't get unfun.
don't get me wrong. I've definitely felt discouraged over the
Oh
years.
yeah.
Like
Yep.
like I would put up a video and I'd put my freaking sweat and soul into this video, and
Yep.
then like yeah, I'd get a few views, but I'd be like, like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, there's a
Um,
lot of videos I make that I question. Like more videos that I just kind of like make in a rush, just to fill in time. Especially about maybe a year or two ago. Um, actually, it was. I used to upload every 3 days. Actually, I think you and I had this conversation when off camera. I used to upload.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I used to like upload 2 or 3 times a week, but that was because of my content. It was easy to make. It wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily boring, but it was easy to make. And there was that. And then I decided, well, we finished season 1 of Mocharv, which is pretty much what I uploaded. And then we went on to season 2. A lot of people really didn't like season 2, like both playing it and watching it. So that's kind of when things started going downhill. And then I went to DC, and then I decided Minecraft, it might not be the best to really upload constantly. And, when I decided to do that, I decided I rather upload more quality, like the way I see it, quality over quantity. So
exactly.
I'd rather post once a week if the videos are better.
Exactly. And that's why I don't post all the time. Like I said, I
Yep.
post like once a month,
Yep.
if any.
I mean, think about it. You got Jacksepticeye who posts 2 times a day. And he's up there. And then you got Mark Rober who posts once a month. Every single one of his videos hits #1 on trending. So
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, Jonathan, thanks for coming in. I hope you are successful with your podcast, and it will take time, and I hope you do have fun doing it, and I will
Yeah, I mean,
happy to join in it.
I just want to sit down and have a good conversation with some
yeah.
people, and that's
And
pretty much that's what we wanted to start it for,
I'll give
So
you a tip from doing boat. If you're going to be sitting down for 2 hours talking constantly, A, you want to have a few cups of coffee, but B, you want to have as much water as you can.
Oh yeah.
Just pro tips. It gets tiring really fast.
I'm gonna need like 3 or 4 bottles of water on standby.
I mean, you get used to it after a while, but this is I don't think you can see my camera, but this is pretty much my my death right now. Anyway, I'm not gonna show off my slobbiness. I'll allow someone else to join in a call. But again, thank you for joining.
Of
You know what?
course.
I'll talk to Holden about this, but I think having these guest appearances they are helpful too.
Yeah, it'll mix it up every now and then.
Yeah, change somewhat. But
Talk
anyway,
about various stuff. Yep.
yep. Thank you, and I'll hear from you later.
Of course.
See you later.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Anyway, I have another pending request. I think this will be the last guy for the evening. I'll talk to you. Okay, I'm going to call him. I don't know if he's going to answer. Who knows? I want to see. Oh, I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, it's just been Jake. Tell me why there isn't a scientific law of clickbait. I don't know. Hey, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, welcome, Jake. What would you like to discuss or piss me about? Because I think you mentioned that you want to piss me off, so I want to see you try. If the
Actually, now that I think about it, whenever we get in a call with each other, I'm pretty sure most times it ends up with you making me almost choke on air while laughter.
Oh, while laughing?
Then again, it's because we're always playing Roblox, which we end up being complete buffoons in.
That is true. However, this is not time for fun and games. You have made me a challenge, and I want you to challenge. I'm just kidding. Yes, mostly because I do things that I don't want my own mother seeing what I do.
Wait, what?
What? Anyway, Jake,
always end up doing strange, or it just ends up being strange at the end.
It ends up having the FBI agent watching and listening in, wondering what the hell is wrong with me.
You mean us?
More me, yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
Jake, you are being streamed in front of 3 whole people.
Actually, no, I think it's us at this point.
No, there's a few people. What do you have to add or talk about or ask?
Oh no, there's one other person now.
Hold on. Okay, never mind. What is it that you would like to pend upon?
It's just stuff that it's more or less just me throwing stuff at you
That's
from
great.
earlier in the stream.
All right, well, throw stuff at me. Let's go. I'm waiting.
Okay, so I don't get why there isn't a scientific law of clickbait, where psychologically, if you have something popular in something, people will automatically want to click on it. Therefore, clickbait.
So,
And also,
all right, I'll let you finish.
and also, Alex, you don't know what propaganda is.
Don't
Look
worry about it.
in the live stream chat, and you'll see what propaganda is.
I see your communist logo, and usually I just don't read. I'm kidding.
Nice.
Hold on. The only comment I didn't read. How am I to anger you when you left the public chat? Sorry, I left to join John's call. Anyway, Whoa, hold on. What did you say before? I completely forgot.
What?
What'd you say before?
What do you mean before? Before what?
Before propaganda.
Is that people will automatically go to something
Clickbait.
that they see something popular in it, which is clickbait, the definition of
my
clickbait.
friend, there actually is sort of research on the science of clickbait. Or it's basically all in the human mind. Your mic was loud. That was more my fault. I'm looking at the audio. The desktop is peaking, and my mic is actually like not even getting in the correct levels.
You were
So
very quiet, whereas he was very loud.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can really do. I mean, I can bring your audio down, but I can't bring mine up. Anyway, so it all has to do with the human brain. Isn't that convenient? How it basically works is you see something, and your mind goes into a state where you think about what you just read. Isn't that basically what happens all the time? So let's say you get a clickbait thing saying that I don't know, like what's the most clickbaity thing you could see? You won't believe what this dog did. No, like this man is trapped in a car. You won't believe what his dog did. Something like that. Okay.
Exactly.
It leaves you to wonder, well, what did he do? And the way it's worded, it sounds like the dog did something heroic, and then you click on it, and the dog just scratched the window, whatever. But that's just
Yeah.
clickbait. You keep thinking about it, and you wonder. I wonder what this dog did. Now, if you train your brain to be close-minded and angered like me, you kind of just skim over
Yeah.
those. You don't really care. Just go away. But there is two types of clickbait actually. There's good clickbait and there's bad clickbait. Bad clickbait is literally what I just said. Literally, it's just it has nothing to do with the actual thing you want people to click. You just want people to click it. And there's also the good kind of clickbait, because the definition of it is literally making people want to click it. So you want to do that with your videos. You want people to click it to watch it, but you don't want people just to click it and then see that it's a load of bullcrap. So let's see. I don't do it all the time, but I kind of do it. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see here. You know what I'm trying to talk about, but
Yeah.
so very very basic and minor forms of it would be like the board box. It's just out of the blue you get Minecraft, and then you got the board box, which is literally just the board box exclamation point. Then the thumbnail is just a box that says board box, and it has like the product explosion. That's very 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 minor form, but it is a form of it. There's also one that I'm not particularly proud of. I made one a year ago. It was basically, I don't know why I even made the video to begin with, but it was the video of me talking about Filmora Wondershare, which is the video editor I use, and Premiere Pro, and basically the title is just pure clickbait, the bad kind.
Yes.
And that I'm not particularly proud of. But then there's also someone is stealing my videos. That's kind of clickbaity because it's not bad. It's just making you like, I wonder what's going on with this kid. But that's just kind of the science behind that. Your question was the scientific method behind clickbait, and that's just my brief explanation on that. Let's see. Hold on. Wrong button. Anyway, yeah. So is that just when you ask? You got anything else to ask or add or spit? Oh, what?
What?
Hey, don't ask. You got anything else?
Well, I guess for just time reasons, if we want just more time, we guess we could just talk about like what we were talking about before, or previously when we were talking about like how, I'm trying to say, like we were talking about like how weird the YouTube algorithms work and how copyright is so easy to just completely mess up a small channel
Mm-hmm.
just by the slightest thing. Guess we could talk about that.
We could, yeah. We could also talk about. I have these moments with Holden all the time, where he's just speaking, and your brain just turns off, and you just say mm-hmm, and then you nod, and then he asks you a question, and then you say, wait, what were we talking about? You ever get those moments?
Yeah,
Yeah, can you repeat that again?
of course. So we could talk on it because remember when we were talking about how YouTube's algorithms
Okay.
are so not strict and like how the different like the different things that were just tearing apart small channels on YouTube, like the adpocalypse, and then just how companies could just go horribly wrong to a small channel.
So, yeah, Uh. Okay. So the thing with that is it's kind of beating a dead horse. When it comes to
Yeah.
me in advertising and monetization, I actually really don't care all that much. I mean, it affects a lot of other people who try to make a living out of it, and that's all their source of money, which is not a great idea to begin with. But this happened to me. I remember a long time ago now. I had monetization actually. I made $2.12 for months and months of advertising, so I never really cared about it all that much. That was way back in the day, though. I didn't really have a whole lot of following. Um, and then they made the rule you had to have 10,000 views total on your channel. I'm like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. And then I almost hit 10,000. And what do you know? They changed the rules again. So they changed it to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So they're basically weeding out all of the small channels who make very very small amounts of money, but they adds up a lot. So it did save them a lot of money. Why they actually did this, whether it's greed or just the way the advertisers are advertising, because maybe I mentioned it's really there's no one's fault. It really isn't. It's just advertisers are pulling out because they don't like where their advertisements are going. So it could, like I mentioned, it could be it's their advertisements are just on bad videos to begin with, or they're paying a lot of money and all their advertisements are just on all these small channels that no one watches. So that could also be it. It could be a healthy mixture of both, which I could totally buy. But that's just how the ball rolls, really. And all the money could make would just go directly back into what I make. But granted, it's just not gonna be a whole lot, But when it comes to other channels, bigger ones who are not, I don't want to say rely, but depend on some sort of income, they work hard, they want to make something out of it, then it can become stressful, especially when you got channels who are way past the threshold of the limit and they're still getting demonetized just because of the content they're making. And even if they're not bad videos, I can see why they're getting annoyed by it. But the way I think about it is I don't really care. Not about other people, but I don't really care about the way I do it, because when I talk to Jonathan, if you're all that really matters is if you're having fun doing it. If not, then why are you doing it? And I also mentioned another, I also like helping people. So, but whatever. It is a problem a little bit, but the only problem with the problem is that the problem doesn't have a blame. I hate it when people blame YouTube. YouTube is getting a little bit more scummy, but it has nothing to do with any of the advertisements. And then people who are kind of on my side say that it's the people who are getting demonetized faults, and then other people are just blaming the advertisers. There's no one to blame. You can't blame it. You can't point fingers. That's not how it works. But to my response to people who wonder why they're getting demonetized when they're posting absolute crap, I say boo-hoo, I'll get you your bottle if you want. It's YouTube. It's an online website. But anyway, that's all I got to say on that. Other than the fork has 236 views. Now it has 237. No one watched the fork or the fork remake. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this. This is a magical moment. Save. Anyway, you got anything else to challenge me, Jake? I'm getting a little tired. This is a lot later than I usually do this. With Holden. I'm just done with Holden's crap by the end of it. Anyway. Hello? You dead like Holden?
Huh? No.
Oh.
Just being invaded.
Invade. Okay. I totally understand that.
Need help.
Well, anyway. Okay. What did I just do? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nope.
I keep saying that. No. So the person I have here, I'm not doing a whole good job of mentioning them. This here is Jake. He appeared recently, and he appeared in the last video, the scrap mechanic video, the 2-hour maze challenge. We're still pending on your maze because you failed terribly at that.
Yeah, I'm also I've been trying to load Scrap Mechanic. That's having a hard time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
because now just in the loading screen, it's starting to crash.
Oh. Well, okay. I'll help you with that later. But yeah. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here because even though we had an interruption, I've been doing this for 2 hours. Actually, this one is already an hour and a half. So I've been doing this for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, which is closer to the time we would like to do this. The problem with Boat is the time zones. Where when Holden is 3 hours before, so he gets home at like let's see, when we do Boat, he usually gets home around 4 o'clock his time, but for me that's 7, and that's not that late. But like when it drags on, you know, it goes into 8 and then 8:30. You get tired and you just don't, you know, commentate that well. But yeah, you know what? It's the end of the day. You kind of just wind down. You're a little more chill and lax and whatever. The problem with Jake is that he kind of sounds like Holden a little bit sometimes, and it makes me sad because I want Holden. He didn't hop online at all. Actually, you know what? Now that I mention that, it is 5:52. So it's 6 o'clock for him. So he could be getting home any minute, or he could just not be coming home and just piss me off. But anyway, Jake, thank you for your time. Thank you for attempting to piss me off. I think he is muted. He did say he was getting. Okay, there we go. Did you hear everything?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for your time. I'm glad you joined. I hope I can do a lot more with you. Actually, you are in an upcoming video project. It should be my next video, actually.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's gonna be the video after the video I upload. On the 25th, which is a Sunday, the 237th day of the year, I'm going to upload a special video with Jake, Caleb, and Jake's sister. And it's gonna be a big video. It's gonna be. We made this video last year. However, the footage got corrupted. I think I mentioned that a lot. But anyway, I'm done flapping my gums because no one likes my voice. I don't like my voice. My voice doesn't like me. My voice doesn't like it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with just me and not Holding. I hope this is the only time I have to do that. But I was actually going to do it by myself all the time. I was going to keep the schedule, but I just thought I'll ride it out and then we'll see what happens. Holden was supposed to be home today. I don't know what happened, but it's on my channel. I hope he's not too pissed off. I have his stream key, so if I wanted to do it on his channel, I could. I don't know how he'd appreciate that, but I don't think he would take it too hard. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you with Holden hopefully in the next Boat, and I'll see you in the next video.